Come on. Come on, Sandy. Come on, Sandy. Come on. There you go. Oh, come here. Come here, Sandy. Sandy. There you go. Hi guys, it is me, Sky, and my guide dog Cindy, and we're here to bring you a new, very quick video. We're trying to revamp the channel, kind of make things new and improved, and part of that is shorter videos, thank goodness. So we'll just get into today's subject. Thanks. Really what I wanted to touch on today was preconceptions about blindness and helping people who are blind or have low vision. We're just covering generally anyone who has trouble getting around because of their vision, who uses a cane or a guide dog, or has some kind of alternative way to get around because they can't use their sight. To begin with, I'll just tell you a little story about something that happened to me the other day. Generally, I get asked if I need help a lot, and the other day, for some reason, I was asked this multiple times. I take 4 buses a day, 2 buses to school, and then 2 buses back from my university. For the first 2 buses, each time I got off of the bus and got ready to leave, I had people ask me if I needed help off the bus, if they could help guide me, and I really appreciate that. I'm not trying to offend these people in any way. It's great to ask if we need help. I just said simply, no, that's okay, thank you so much for asking, but I am fine right now. So later on that day when I was going home, Cindy was guiding me to my 4th bus, my last bus for the day, and as I was coming up to the bus, I heard a gentleman yelling behind me, no, stop, wait. Oh boy. I just kind of ignored him because I knew that Cindy was doing her thing and she would guide me perfectly fine. And then next thing I know, I hear these footsteps coming up behind me and someone grabs my shoulder. So I tell Cindy to stop, and the guy's like trying to get the bus driver to let me on. The bus was on a bit of a layover, so the bus driver wasn't letting anyone on. The bus driver was getting off, checking the bus, doing all the safety regulations and stuff like that. This guy was insisting that I be let on while the bus was having all these maintenance checks, and he was really adamant and trying to get me special privileges and all this crazy stuff. On top of that, when the bus driver did let me on, what this gentleman did was actually, when I asked Cindy to go forward to show me where the bus was, this gentleman grabbed my arm and tried to push me to where the step was. Now, looking back on this, I could have been a little bit more proactive about telling him what I needed, which was him to back off a little bit, but I find that a lot of people have misconceptions about those of us who are blind and how we travel and get around. So it's true that when you're newly blind, the world is a scary place. You don't know how to get around, you don't know how to travel, you don't know how to navigate. You're learning how to live again with no sight, and that's scary. But you're going to find that anyone who is by themselves getting around in society, who is blind, who uses a cane or a guide dog or something like that, we're very well versed in how to navigate and travel on our own. We are not helpless, we are not new to the world of blindness, and we have been trained and spent many hours learning the techniques that we use as blind people to be able to navigate safely. So when you see someone who is blind or has low vision, has a guide dog or something, and you want to ask if they need help, well, first things first, think about it. Look at them, see how they're doing on their own. If they look comfortable and confident, chances are, no, they don't need help. Just because we're blind doesn't mean that we're always lost, or we're always going to trip over something, or we're always nervous, or, we don't know where we are. Those are all misconceptions, because living with blindness is just living with any old other disability. We can still get past it and learn how to be able to go about our daily lives in a pretty normal way for us. But if you see someone again who's blind and you want to ask them if they need help, if you're just not sure, it's okay to ask. I mean, anyone who is blind, they're used to being asked if they need help. That's just the way of the world, and it's okay. I understand that some people do want to help us. I get it. And in that case, don't grab them. Don't insist on helping them. What you need to do is go up and just ask, as you'd ask any other person, excuse me, do you need any help? And if they do need help, which we do from time to time, fairly enough, we'll probably look really confused, or you'll probably see us going back and forth in the same place a few times trying to navigate, or you'll see us poking at our phones using GPSs. If we do need help, we will probably ask for it, or if you ask us, we'll say, yeah, we do. How do you get to this place? When you're helping someone who is blind or visually impaired, the best thing you can do is either A, give them directions as in turn right here or turn left here, follow the wall until you reach the door, etc., etc. Never say over there or this way, because we don't know what you're talking about. We can't see your hands or the way you're gesturing, so don't do that. Also, please, I can't stress this enough, never grab them. Please don't do that. If you wouldn't do it to a normal person, a normal sighted person, don't do it to us without asking our permission first. Grabbing us is not only creepy because we can't see where you are, and having a random stranger grab you is never okay to begin with. We don't like being grabbed because that is not an effective way of showing us things or guiding us. When this person grabbed me to show me the step to continue my story, when the bus driver was letting me on and this guy grabbed my arm, there was, of course, a step down from the sidewalk and then a step up onto the bus. And my guide dog is trained to stop right in front of the step and indicate it to me so that I can feel with my foot and say, okay, that's a step. Normally she would do this, everything would go well, I would get on the bus and be fine. But because this gentleman grabbed the arm that was holding the guide dog's harness, I pulled back on her harness, which gave her mixed signals so she didn't stop for the step like she's trained to do. I tripped on the step. It was just a mess. So if this gentleman had come up and asked me, "Miss, do you need any help?" I would have said, "No, that's okay, thank you for asking, but my guide dog has it." But because this person saw someone who was blind and assumed that they needed to be grabbed and pushed where they were going, it made travel very hard for me, and of course didn't end well. So again, if you need to guide someone, or if you want to show them where to go, if they have a guide dog, they can tell their guide dog to follow you, or they will grab your arm and do something called sighted guide. They'll also do that if they have a cane. Now, sighted guide is just where you say, "I'm on your right" or "I'm on your left," and then the person will say, "Great, can you please give me your elbow?" You just put your elbow in front of their arm that you're in front of. They grab your elbow and then you guide them. It's much easier for a blind person to be able to feel where you're going rather than for you to push them where you want them to go. Because if you do that, they're gonna trip and stumble and fall, and it's just not a good way of navigating someone. A final note is that those of us who are blind, as I said, we are trained very well in the way of navigation if we are on our own. We know a lot about where we are. Chances are that we are listening to things, listening to people coming and going, listening to announcements, listening to auditory information, having our phones tell us things because of GPS and tracking devices. So we're always very aware of our surroundings, and that is something to think about. Blind people, just because they don't have their eyesight, doesn't mean that they can't get around on their own, doesn't mean that they are always lost or don't know what they're doing. So please, again, if you want to help someone who's blind, feel free to ask. If you want to ask them questions about their vision, about their guide dog, or about their cane, or how they navigate, please feel free. We love answering those questions, but we don't like, just as any other person would agree, to be grabbed, to be forced to do something, for someone to insist to help you even when you know what you're doing. That's not okay. I understand that people come to us with good intentions, but please think before you act. We're pretty normal, you know, we might have low vision, but we know how to get around. So that is the end of my video. I just kind of wanted to spread awareness on that because it's happened to me quite a few times. I just want people to know how to interact with us. So if you have any questions on this topic, or any questions involving anything with low vision really, feel free to ask in the comments, and I will either respond to you there or I will make a new video about your question, because spreading awareness about blindness is awesome. So just a quick update, guys, I am thinking about doing more quick videos like this, just outlining specific subjects. I'm also thinking about doing more guide dog related videos because the internet is sorely lacking about proper service dog etiquette and education and laws. And also it's kind of fun to see a guide dog work, right? So look forward to more of those. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon with more videos. Thanks, guys. Bye!